I am doing my persuasive speech on why it's better to adopt and rescue an animal before you go to the pet store. Rescue groups or shelters are the best place to find adoptable dogs, by Debbie S. Do you remember those commercials where they show pictures of poor, sad animals with the song "In the Arms of the Angels" playing in the background? Well, this speech just pretty much sums that up. Animals found roaming the streets are sent to the pound or shelter where they are held for a certain amount of time, but shelters also euthanize so many animals a day. No one really thinks about adopting and rescuing a puppy, dog, or cat from a shelter when they are searching for the right companion. But the best way to go is adoption because it's not only saving their lives, but it's also because there are so many animals without homes that when we offer to provide that security and love for the animal, it's better than cutting their lives short because no one wanted to care for them due to overcrowding in a shelter. Give a puppy a second chance. Give a dog a second chance. And if you're a cat person, give a cat a second chance. Help them get the home that they deserve. Some 8 million to 12 million dogs and cats end up in shelters each year in the United States. 8 to 12 million. Many of us don't realize that so many animals each day, week, and year are abused and neglected. There are people who just use dogs for fighting. There are those who have so many animals that they just can't take care of them the way that they deserve, and yet they still keep them. And then you have dogs that are beaten and abused both mentally and physically by owners who shouldn't have the right to take care of that animal in the first place. Those animals that are neglected usually develop anxiety and trust issues later on in life, just like a baby or a young kid would. Could you imagine if we switched roles, pets versus us or our children, our cousins, our brothers, or our sisters? Now, I know that they're just animals, but if you put it in that perspective and you knew that millions of these animals, brothers or sisters, were being killed each year, wouldn't you want to do something to help? Well, you can by encouraging everyone you know and even those you don't know to adopt a pet, and it's the best way to save their life. The animals that are killed each year never get to know what a real family is like, what it's like to be loved and to be played with, to eat the leftovers you were too full to finish, or to even just fall asleep by your side and know that they had security. These animals are left in cold metal cages, looking out, afraid and lonely, that they'll never see how green the grass gets in the spring, or feel the sun as they're chasing a ball or toy. They sit and wait until the day that they're taken out of that cold metal cage and think, maybe it's my turn to find a home, just left to realize that when they see the needle that they're not going to a home and that their time is up. When it comes to adoption, know beforehand what you're looking for so you don't have to kind of go based off an impulse. If you want a small dog or cat, a big one, mellow, full of energy, how much space it may need to run and play where you live, all of these choices will help you pick the right dog or cat to be rescued. Make sure you do your research on a dog rescue or shelter. Ask around to find out what the best shelters are, and ask questions if a shelter has no answers, then something isn't right, by Debbie S. as well. You can also go to Google it, and you can see if they have a history of problems. Someone will have posted about it on Google Answers, and that's also by Debbie S. Nearly 4 to 6 million animals are euthanized each year, and that's in the United States alone. It's so critical to find these animals a home fast because they aren't given much time before they are put down. This is why so many people push others for adoption. To save a life, rescuing an animal can give a dog or cat a second chance. Of course, you should always ask about an animal's previous health issue to make sure you can provide for them financially. Not all rescues or shelters have the time to look into dogs or cats' behavior, mood, or health-related issues because so many are brought in daily. So make sure if you do adopt, you ask questions about the animal to get to know it better in person as well. And being aware of your puppy or kitten's health when rescuing can be vital to their longevity. Make sure the puppy or cat or dog is healthy before you adopt or rescue it to give you a better chance to be prepared for its future and your own when it comes to dealing with the vet bills. Some shelters will follow up after the adoption to make sure that they're in a loving home. Taking the time to adopt and rescue really makes a difference in the lives of the animal and the person as well, helping them realize the good that they have done by providing them a home. And owning a pet is a huge responsibility. Making sure that they stay up to date with shots will keep them healthy and keep you happy. So hurry up and adopt today. Your best friend may be on death row, waiting in that metal cage to be saved. Don't let their lives be cut short, because you can make a difference. It all starts with one person, and that's all it takes. Just do your research, don't get cheated from unreputable dogs or cat sellers, and don't spend hundreds of dollars on an animal in a pet store. Adopt an animal from a shelter and save a life, create a life, and make a life count. It'll be the beginning of a wonderful friendship. And I actually have some visuals right here. Some statistics: 44% of dogs are euthanized. And then I found this cool picture, actually, of a kid inside of a dog cage, and then the dogs right there were actually dogs that were euthanized. So it's really sad. Just adopt a dog. Let people know to adopt a pet. I actually adopted this crazy little one right here, who's all over the place right now, just wanting to play. So, thank you.